Happy Sunday, everybody. Hope everyone's doing well out there and having a great day. Got a crazy story here to tell you. It's going to be short and sweet. It's just funny. It caught my eye recently with something that happened with Disney. Before I jump into it, do me a favor. Just getting started out here on YouTube. As you can tell, got a goal of hitting 100 subscribers by Christmas. Now, I got a lot to talk about. There's a lot going on in the world, and I'm bringing it to you guys with common sense, logic, facts, truth. I say a million times, I'm not some conservative Republican or some left-wing liberal Democrat. I'm just the guy that looks through the eyes of common sense. So if you like to hear those kind of things, hit the subscribe button. Join me on this journey. If you like what I have to say, hit the like button, share the video, turn on the notification bell so you know when I make new videos. Let's talk about Disney. Okay, let me read this starting off real quick. Disney is donating a ton of money towards social justice. So you see, there you go, Mickey. I think we all know Disney is completely woke. They've gone completely woke. How woke, you ask? Let me tell you how woke. Now, mind you, this is back on June 4th, 2020. Disney pledges $5 million to Black Lives Matter cause. $5 million! Disney is donating $2 million to the NAACP, specifically in the wake of the killing of George Floyd. Okay, blah, blah, blah. $5 million! Okay, this isn't the bulk of the story here. This isn't what the story is about. We all know Disney's getting boatloads of money. But $5 million to BLM. Okay? There's been a ton of big companies, big corporations. I just saw on another thing I was looking at, John Cena, the actor and WWF wrestler, WWE wrestler, whatever it is, donated like $1 million to Black Lives Matter. These people are being duped. They're being duped. Just a quick quote from Disney. The killing of George Floyd has forced our nation to once again confront the long history of injustice that Black people in America have suffered, and it is critical that we stand together, speak out, and do everything in our power to ensure that acts of racism and violence are never tolerated. This $5 million pledge will continue to support the efforts of nonprofit organizations such as the NAACP that has worked tirelessly to ensure quality and justice. Okay. I'm not even going to start dissecting this. Of course, racism and violence are not tolerated. If you're talking about the George Floyd killing, there was absolutely zero evidence of racism. In fact, let me explain one. I am going to dissect it. Let me explain one thing real quick. George Floyd was in the car with two other black people, right? He decided to resist. He decided to do everything he could to cause issues. The other two people, he didn't get out of the car, talk to the police, show them their ID, tell them what's going on. They're fine. They didn't get arrested. They didn't get nothing happened to them. They're fine. So I don't know. I guess that doesn't fit the narrative, so I can't talk about that. And here's the meat and potatoes of this video. Disney to lay off 3,200 employees as pandemic takes toll on theme parks, up from the 28,000. Excuse me, not 3,200. Sorry, my bad. Disney to lay off 32,000. 32,000. If it was 3,200, that'd be bad. 32,000. As pandemic takes tolls on theme parks, up from the 28,000 redundancies it announced in September. 32,000 people Disney laid off. Let's see, June, July, August, September, October, November. So 6 months after they just tossed $5 million. Can you imagine being one of these employees? Disney says so. And listen, I get it. Like, places are closing down. I think Florida kept. I don't know if they kept their theme park open. I know Florida's doing things a lot different, and which I happen to agree with Florida. I think Gavin Newsom's a dictator who is using his power and making some unconstitutional edicts out there in California. I digress. That's neither here nor there. So 32,000 people are no longer employed by Disney. 6 months ago, $5 million. BLM, here you go. Oh, Disney. So Can you just? So they threw it to BLM, right? And this is what I'm wondering. They threw $5 million to BLM. Now, if they didn't do that, maybe they could have said, when this, obviously there's a pandemic. Disney knew that, but they didn't know. A lot of companies had an idea that things probably weren't going to work out great. And look, they had announced back in September that they had 28,000 redundancies. So, and I'm sure throughout this whole time, there've been kind of little layoffs here and there when everything just super slows down. If they had that $5 million to divvy up amongst employees to say, okay, we got to lay you off, but here, take this, feed your family, get your necessities, do what you need to do. Instead, they did what they do with it. What? Nobody knows. Nobody knows where the money goes. They donated to BLM. Well, we know at least the one guy from BLM just stole a bunch of the donations, bought himself a house and all the this, that, and the third with it. Atlanta activists spent $200,000 in Black Lives Matter donations on house personal expenses, says the FBI. Sir Major Page, 32, is facing fraud and money laundering charges. Well, Disney, there's a few of your dollars there. You bought this guy a house. You can't make this stuff up, people. Okay, here's Sir Major Page. Here he is. Uh, hmm. According to the excuse me. According to the bureau, Page also used 100,000. Okay, 112,000. Jesus, I can't stop laughing. According to the bureau, Page also used $112,000 of the donated money to purchase a house for himself in Toledo, Ohio. The transaction took place last month. Black Lives Matter of Greater Atlanta could not solicit donations after losing its tax-exempt status as a charity in 2019 for failing to submit to the IRS 990 tax returns listing donations and expenditures. Listen, I'm going to go out on a limb here and just say it's all a big scam. All these donations. These people, BLM has, I think, taken over like $1 billion in donations in the past few years. Like I'm talking, if not a billion, hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars. You get this guy going and buy. You think this is the only guy skimming off the top? He's the only one that's got caught so far. Not the only one skimming off the top because no one knows where the donations are going. Listen, a lot of people, like a lot of conservatives and Republicans, things are saying, "Oh, well, all the money that they're donating is going to Act Blue. It's all going to the Democratic Party." So what BLM did was they came out and kind of debunked that somehow. I don't know how they came out and debunked it, but then they didn't say where all the other money's going. It's Black Lives Matter. This story is just so bizarre. I can't stop laughing. Like, this is crazy. I feel so bad for the Disney employees that are out of a job now. I mean, I don't know how they're gonna, hopefully they can get some kind of unemployment assistance or something. But this $5 million that was just flushed down the toilet probably would have went a long way with those people. As Black Lives Matter donations surge, some want to know where the money goes. Yeah, well, shit, of course they do. And they don't tell you. I think we know where some of it goes. Just like our homeboy there with the red hair and the I don't know what that. I don't know. I don't know. The current wave of protests across the United States spurred an enormous surge in donations to Black Lives Matter and other racial justice and civil rights organizations. Enormous surge. Like I said, I think they raised over $1 billion. I could be wrong, but like I said, if it's not a billion, it's in hundreds of millions. Insane amounts of money that are going. I don't know. Yeah, this is a funny tweet because well, listen when I read the rest. All right, so Black Lives Matter says debunk conspiracy theories won't stop us. We've got freedom and justice to win. Hashtag Black Lives Matter. And the Media Matter says a debunked conspiracy theory about Black Lives Matter, Act Blue, and Democrats can be traced to far right message boards and Media Matters Club of fake news. So Black Lives Matter leaders have dismissed these conspiracy theories. It's not conspiracy theories. Act Blue is I don't know exactly what it's some kind of donation thing that apparently the money can be traced. All donations can be public donations can be traced. So it went through this Act Blue thing, which goes a lot of money that goes through there goes to the Democratic Party. So I don't know. I didn't dig too deep into it. So anyway, they dismissed conspiracy theories. It's not a conspiracy. As a political disinformation campaign intended to undermine their mission, stressing any donations to the DNC would have to be publicly reported to the Federal Election Commission. So Brandon Tatum, Officer B. Tatum, does a good video on this. He did it a few months back. I remember seeing it before any of this. I remember seeing him showing, he kind of laid it out, the path of how the money went from Black Lives Matter, all these hundreds of millions or billions of dollars, went through to right straight to the Democratic Party. So even if it was debunked and it didn't go to the Democratic Party, where did it go? Well, let's see. They should tell us right here. How, however, they have not released particularly detailed information about where donations are going. Oh, really? So they just said it's not going to the Democratic Party, but we're not going to tell you where it's going. What kind of scam is? Come on, this is the biggest scam. This is the biggest scam out there right now. This is crazy. Disney, you got played for $5 million. I feel bad for your employees. They should. It's sickening. It's sickening. 32,000 people laid off, no jobs. Hopefully they can feed their family, pay their rent, pay their car note, pay their house note. $5 million would have went a long way with these employees to help them out. But Disney decided to throw it in the toilet and hit the flush. Flush it right down the toilet. Because we don't know where it's going. We know homeboy with the red hair got himself a house and a car and some other stuff with it. All right, right now our programs are focused on civic engagement, expansion of chapters, art and culture, organizing and digital advocacy resources and tools. Skills explained during a Reddit Ask Me Anything session last week. So he didn't explain anything. So it looks like he had a Reddit session, Ask Me Anything session. Someone said, where are the donations going? And he gave zero answers. It would have been cool if he said, well, we're putting this much into a fund for, inner city black kids to be able to have college tuition, or, we're putting this into a college scholarship fund for black kids in the inner city. We're putting this many millions into going into places like Detroit and Chicago and building community centers for the younger kids for after school programs and parks. We're going to take many millions of dollars and go into the inner cities where there's a lot of shootings and gang deaths and black on black shootings. And we're going to have, you know, outreach programs in the neighborhood to see if we can quell the gun violence and the crime in the inner cities. Somehow try to figure that out and talk to people about some programs and get going there. We're going to take this many millions. We're going to go into these low-income housing projects over here, and we're going to clean up all the graffiti and pick up the trash. We're going to have volunteers go around and clean it up, make it look nice so that people can feel good about it. The big goose egg. Their programs are focused on civic engagement, expansion of chapters. Oh, so they want to make more BLM so they can get more money. Expansion of chapters. Arts and culture, organizing and digital advocacy resources. Yeah, it's a joke. It's a big joke. All right. That's it. This video went a little longer than I hoped it would, but this is crazy. This is crazy. Disney got duped. BLM's they're a bunch of scam artists, and I'm gonna pray for these 32,000 Disney employees that just got laid off, because losing your job sucks. We're in the middle of a pandemic, so just going out and grabbing a job somewhere isn't kind of as easy as it used to be. I pray for these people. Black Lives Matter continues to. I'm not going to get into it. Disney, you've been scammed. Get woke, go broke, whatever the saying is. I don't know if Disney's going to go broke, but it seems like they're making some dumbass moves with their money. All right, guys, like I said, subscribe, hit the like button, turn on that notification bell. Listen, I got some more videos to make, some short, just crazy ones that have nothing to do with politics. Like my channel, basically, I want to talk about just the hypocrisy and insanity that goes on in the world today. Not necessarily just with politics. I like to talk about like Hollywood, pro athletes. There's just so much people. I feel like there's no common sense and logic left in the world. People have completely lost it. So I'll get some videos coming up that don't have anything to do with the election, Trump or Biden or BLM, Antifa, none of that stuff. They're pretty funny. You'll see. Just tune in. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get them up today or tomorrow. The wife and I just got a new house. We're gonna be moving in a little while. And oh, and that's another thing too. So I know this is kind of amateur here. Like I said, I'm just getting started out. I'm gonna have a studio set up in my new house when we move. New microphone, new camera, new setup. So gonna have my own office, little studio that I'm building. So hopefully down the road things get a little more professional. But I just wanted to get started with what I had because there's so much to talk about. I appreciate you guys. Every one of my subscribers, you guys are awesome. I love the comments. You guys keep me motivated, keep me going to keep bringing you this crazy content. All right, stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Be a good person. Help other people out, and you'll be okay. Peace.